Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanios here. Welcome to episode number 29 of this NHL 22 Quebec Nordiques relocation franchise mode where we moved Arizona up north to Quebec City. If you guys have missed any episodes up to this point, I suggest you go back, check out the playlist in the top corner of the video there. And also, if you do enjoy, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell to never miss when these uploads come out. But today we are getting into the off season. We have got a draft to get to. Obviously, if you missed last episode, go back and check it out. It was one of the craziest underdog stories we've ever seen, as the Quebec Nordiques came into the playoffs as the 18th seed, beat the number 1 seeded Rangers, and went on to win the Cup, beating out Columbus, Buffalo, and Chicago. And then, of course, our AHL team, the Tucson Roadrunners there, were also able to win the Calder Cup. So we pulled off the clean sweep of the entire league in both leagues. And, well, now we get to the offseason. But just taking a quick peek at the current contract situation as well. We've got a guy like Rickard Thoresen who is expiring on his deal, as well as Shane Wright, Ed Bomeister, Victor Soderstrom, and quite a few other players. So it probably would not hurt to try and make a deal here that would see at least one of our players get traded. I don't know who that's going to be necessarily, whether that is one of our top-end contract guys here like Jacob Chychrun or Clayton Keller or even like Connor Bedard. Personally, I want to hang on to Connor Bedard. He's still, a very high-end talent. It's just he hasn't been able to get it going. He hasn't been terrible either. Like 355 points in 480 games isn't what you expect for a top 2 pick. But at the same time, sure, Clayton Keller has been good for us. He's been better. He hasn't been crazy since we got to Quebec. But yeah, he is also expensive at $9.5 million for a while here. And he is 30, so he's pretty much right at the peak of his trade value right now. And, well, I just personally think we have other wingers that we can, kind of fit to the system and to our team to still create a very competitive team. So I don't know exactly how we're going to go about this, but I am going to be looking to probably implement some newer, younger players into the system here. So when we look at our current team, obviously the goaltending is set. I mean, Mike Georgievich is going to want a lot of money. So not just Georgievich, but Thoresen too. Yeah, he wants a 1-year deal. Interesting. What about a guy like Shane Wright? 2 years, $8 million. These guys are all over the place. Okay, so we are going to have to clear some contracts here today. I think the names that we are most likely going to look to move are going to be Taylor Radish, even though we just went and acquired him. I want to say Clayton Keller because Chychrun just had, he put up 48 points. Keller put up, 59? There's not much difference in defense versus offense there for who's better, because Chychrun is the captain, and yes, he is $11.75 million. He's $2.25 million more than Keller, but at the same time, I don't think we can I want to gut the team, but at the same time, I don't. Even though we just won a cup, it's kind of like a Chicago scenario where the cap is just going to disassemble this team, unfortunately. So I think we very well might shift in a younger direction here, try to trade away some of the big-name older guys, even maybe Barrett Hayton or Victor Soderstrom. Those guys could potentially see some trades up and coming, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. And, I mean, of course, for goalies, that's kind of set. As far as in the system goes, Lankinen, I don't think we're going to re-sign, but at the same time, we don't really have a bona fide number 1 goalie down in the system at this point anymore, versus, we definitely have some top-end players down there still that are going to cost us money as well. I mean, obviously, a guy like Tom Wilson, we're not going to re-sign, but we've got other players here that can fill depth spots and are going to be good. So yeah, I think we are going to gut the team here today, to be completely honest. So we're going to sim up to the draft a little bit further here. I don't know exactly how this is going to go. Okay, St. Louis wins the lottery. Not too much other changes apart from the top 5 there. And all right, so now that is done, this is what we're currently looking at. Okay, so there's a lot of snipers in the top part of this draft, so I don't think we necessarily need any of them. Even defensemen, it's the same kind of feeling as far as we don't really need to trade up to the top end, but I am kind of interested in this Aiden McMuffin guy as a winger who we could potentially bring in over Clayton Keller. Apart from that, there are some players further down here that I'm quite interested in as well. First off, this Benjamin Rizzi guy actually looks really good. So we'll probably pick him up. And okay, we're taking Frederick Lundberg for sure. He's NHL ready, so we'll try to get him. There's another guy that I think I just missed. Yeah, Skirbeck as well is also NHL ready. So we could bring in some good defensemen for the system here potentially if we can land a couple of picks higher up. And then there isn't a ton else left in this draft. We do have a high elite goalie here in Wyatt Walensky. So that's interesting. Don't know why Matt Vitchuk is being scouted currently, or Leahy. Oh, Leahy's a one-year ETA. That makes sense. But yeah, apart from that, we're still kind of trying to figure out some of the potentials on these guys. Buganyaki is likely not going to be that good. Rizzi will watch. And okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at for the current status of this team, or of this draft, sorry. And as far as retiring players go this year, we are looking at Alexander Ovechkin retires with 1,000 goals. That's insane. 43 years old. Patrick Kane, Nick Backstrom, bunch of big name 1,000+ point getters. Johnny Gaudreau doesn't break the 1,000-point mark, neither does Evander Kane. So those are interesting. And yeah, if you guys want to just pause here to look at a certain statistic or things like that, then go ahead and pause the video. But for goalies, Robin Lehner and Philip Grubauer are your big name retirees there. So, all right. I think we are going to hit a mild reset here on the team with this draft, as far as we're going to try to trade up, get McMuffin. I doubt that we could get into the top 5, and if we do, the only player I might want would be maybe Uriel Wyman as an offensive defenseman, but at the same time, I don't think we're landing a top 4 pick. So, with that all in mind, here we go. We are about to just absolutely put this team up for a sale here. So, Clayton Keller, not extremely valuable. Chychrun is, because you're just not going to get a better defenseman than him easily. So apart from Keller, we're going to do Radish, and we're going to do... there's one more guy. Pilardi's on there already, so... What about goalies? No, not really. Not many goalies on there. Okay. So these are kind of our 4 trade targets to move. I think that's going to be the play here, or the plan of attack. Maybe Barrett Hayton too. He's 29 now. Although he does fit our system well, I feel like we can find other pieces that are going to, sit nicely in this team and are going to cost us less than $6.5 million. Because again, we are dealing with a huge pileup of rookie or entry-level contracts expiring and having to pay guys a lot more money. So let's see what we can do as we jump into this draft. I highly doubt, no top 5 picks are really up for grabs. Nothing up until 14 actually is up for grabs. So our current place in the draft is pick number 32. We are going to try to land a couple other picks before then. Not exactly sure what they're going to be. But let's try to make some trades here. So, first things first, we kind of want to plot our picks and where they're going to land. Okay, so what we're actually looking for is some second rounders here. So, okay, Nashville. You know what? We're going to try something here. So let's go find a trade. We're going to head over to the Nashville Predators because they have a boatload of picks here, and we're going to try to make them better now. Although they do have some young pieces, but they've got some nice young pieces as well as some older guys that can contribute. So, all right, we're going to go for a bit of a blockbuster here. What do they want? Lander and Radish, Hayton and Radish, Powell and Wright, or Tamarin as a first and a second. I think we are absolutely going to go with this. I mean, if that's the trade we have to make, so be it. I will take that. Of course, you know, it does suck that we just picked up Radish and we're letting him go immediately, as well as, you know, Hayden's been a great player on this team too, but for the assets we're going to get back, I think it's absolutely going to be worth it. All right, so we're going to make that, okay, or we're not going to make that trade on, what's his name? Norm Eddy. Yeah, he's a legit player. He's a good-looking sniper too. Okay, so let's go back, try that trade again here with Nashville. I was just typing it into my spreadsheet to record it, and I mean, we're absolutely going to take it. But the only thing that I'm also going to do here is I think we're going to toss a couple, try to toss a couple extra just like garbage picks in here. Just as far as like, I'm probably going to get rid of like 224. I don't think we really need that pick. So yeah, we'll go for this. I assume they're going to accept it, and there you have it. All right, so with those 3 picks, we're absolutely going to make our team stronger. I don't know exactly who we're going to be picking up, just based on the fact that, you know, some things are up to the draft gods still here, as far as, yes, we pick at number 4 now, but we really should be landing kind of all the players that I want to get with that. All right, Vegas seems to have a lot of picks in here too. We've got a couple seconds, so let's see. I mean, I would love to get like one more first rounder just for that winger, like Beta or whatever his name is. So he's supposed to go, or not Beta, sorry. Beta we took last year. No. The guy I am thinking is McMuffin. Yeah, he's ranked at 12. So if we could get him, and like, we won't get Habsheed. What about, we're going to need another pick, actually, because I've got Rizzy, Skirbeck, and Lundberg all in the second round, who I want to take. Okay, so we need another, and Regier. I forgot about Regier. That's, that very well might be a problem. Okay. So where are our picks currently landing? That's what I need to figure out here, because I am struggling. Okay, so we actually do have a lot of picks lined up already. It's more so just one more first rounder and maybe like one more second rounder. So Washington's going to take the number 2 pick here, and they go with that Sylvester guy. Oh, he looks like a really good forward, actually. Nice two-way center there. 113 points as well is very nice. So who else is picking in here? Vegas, Islanders. Let's see. Ducks and Hurricanes are possible. The Ducks don't pick till 14. The Hurricanes pick at 10. All right, let's go find a trade with the Carolina Hurricanes. And apologies for my dog going ballistic in the background. He barks at everything and everybody. So let's try these 2 picks. And oh god, they want all our prospects. So we cannot do that, unfortunately, there for you, Carolina. As much as wow, that would be a haul and a half. Okay, so maybe not Carolina. Maybe, who's up next? Boston or Seattle? We could do Boston, I think. So yeah, let's make a trade with the Bruins here. I don't think they're very good. I mean, they're not bad, but they're really not that good either. Okay, so for... I hit edit the trade block. No. Okay. Try it again. Boston Bruins. What can we do for these 2 picks? Olofsson, Jagier, Beta. Nope. I need something else here. Sorry. I mean, I would like these 2 picks, but at the same time, I would also like to move some cap space the other way. So I'm going to try Keller. Maybe just Keller and Pitton. That wouldn't be terrible. Or, sorry, no, there's one more player I want to move. Because he didn't play. he's probably not going to play. And that's Gabe Velarde, but he's a decent forward too. So it's a pretty balanced trade. It's more so just a matter of finding the cap space to send back the other way on an expiring deal. Like Luosterainen, we could potentially pick up. Supposedly fits forward line 3. Boston would still be over the max cap. So, what if we take Verana too? Okay, interesting looking trade. Does it go through? I would assume it does, but let's see. And that it does. Beautiful. All right. So, Eriksson gets picked 3rd. Okay. I was kind of hoping we might get him, but that was not the case. So that's okay. I'm just going to call a timeout just to log these trades that we just made, and then we will make our picks. Okay. So at the moment, we're going to hold on to those 2 defensemen as far as Jakob Chychrun and what's his name? Victor Soderstrom go, but we are going to make this pick here. I think we have to take a defenseman just based on what we're currently looking at for what's available. As far as NHL ready defenders go, we don't need a defensive defenseman like Matsumoto, even though he looks really good. We more so need a guy like Uriel Wyman. So we're going to take him, 49.71 games. All right, and he is a 79 rated 2-way defenseman. Perfect. Okay, that's another great piece to add into this team. All right, so Uriel Wyman's a great pick. We will absolutely take him. Yes, Preston Matsumoto actually looks really good too. Has more X factors, interestingly enough, but I really like what Uriel Wyman has. He's got Shrug It Off too, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, over to pick 11. And looks like nice. Okay, our other guy didn't get picked there. Not yet, but just not at all. And Aiden McMuffin, NHL ready as well. We're going to take him. And he's a 77 rated 2-way forward with elite edges. Okay, so that's an interesting player. Should help with the depth of this team overall over the next couple of seasons. And yeah, I'm excited for, not just the Nordiques' future. I mean, yes, we've just won 2 cups, but like things are shaping up quite nicely. So go over to pick 32, see if we missed out on prospects. I'm sure we did, but maybe not. Antilla was nice. Lazarev, Cummins, Habsheet. Okay, so we actually nailed 2 of the best prospects in this draft, I think. Apart from that, I'm almost certain that Atkinson is going to be an elite goalie, but we don't really need more of those at the current moment. I'm going to take Benjamin Rizzi here just based on his X factors, and let's see, what is his overall? 65. Okay, but he does have third eye, so I'm hoping we can grow him into a nice looking playmaker over the next little bit. Playing for Sudbury, we're going to give him at least 1 more year of development, if not 2 or 3. It says he's got 3 years left supposedly, but I think he's going to be just fine as a playmaker, and we'll see if he can get even better over the next little bit. So over to pick number 34, and we miss Skirbeck. Are you kidding me? By 1 pick. Thank you, Washington. That is an absolutely annoying pick, but Washington, 1 team was going to do that to us. So I guess we will take Sean Atkinson here then. So, I mean, that's not actually the player I wanted to take, but we'll take Atkinson. He's a 58 rated hybrid elite goalie. 41 wins in 71 games isn't spectacular, but it's not bad at all. So we will absolutely take that. And yeah, pick 34, you can't really get too much better than that. And he is 58 rated still, so has a lot of potential and room to grow as a second-round goalie. So no X factors, though. For our next pick, though, we're going to take this other NHL-ready D-man in Frederick Lundberg, and we'll see how good he is. So he is a 77 overall, second-round player. Beautiful. He's got bouncer. And we've loaded up pretty good on the defense here in the top half of the draft. 5 picks in the first 35 is really strong. That's what happens when you offload your assets. And, Alcock was actually really nice, too. He was 19, or he is 19, but Not bad. And O'Donnell, also a pretty decent pick, 70 overall. Probably could have taken him over Atkinson, but, you know, it is what it is. Noah Bell, we could take a shot at, but instead I'm going to go with this guy instead, because I get the feeling he's going to get picked, and he's got a lot of X factors in Ted Regier, so we're going to take him. And he's a 63 rated, pretty decent looking forward here. I mean, he kind of actually reminds me of, what's his name, Grayson Ortiz? Is that the right player I'm thinking of? Yeah, except Ortiz was higher rated, and he is a power forward here too, but he's got almost all the exact same X factors and everything. So yeah, I think Regier is the right pick there. And we will move on to our next pick at 48. That seems a little high. Okay, so you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to go like this. Find a trade for... I don't think we need the pick 48, or number 48 pick. Wait, what did I just use that pick on, actually? Regier was at 46. Oh, okay. So we might still get another player or two here, but you know what? Let's sim the one pick, and of course Noah Bell goes. That makes too much sense. Okay, probably should have taken him. That was my bad. So who are we gonna take now? Alvera probably is gonna be a good goalie, but again, I don't know that for sure. Ezra Hawes isn't spectacular. Leahy I want to take later, but I also want to take this other goalie. Where is he? Walensky. Yeah, I want to take Walensky, but he's not. We traded up to grab some picks for him. I mean, Collins I want to take too, but... Okay, I'm going to try to trade away some picks here, actually. I've gone and acquired too many, if that's actually possible. I didn't think it was, but it is, so let's call a timeout. And then go from here, because I have kind of screwed this up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go find a trade. We're going to try to get some futures here for current picks. And what we're going to do... We're going to go with some guys like, none of our young developing players. These guys, that's such a good prospect pool, but, no. Instead, we're going to go with a guy like Soderstrom. Add him as an asset, and then we're going to try trading like, I'm going to go 48 and 64, because I don't think we really need these picks. I don't actually think we need... no, I think we're actually... Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot here, so... I think I might trade 162 because I don't need that. But I'm going to try taking Soderstrom off the block here and try to find it. Nothing really, hey? Nothing at all. Okay, so I'm just going to offer a trade up here then to some teams. I don't know, whoever wants all three of these picks. Because I want to get rid of, yeah, 48, 64, and 160. And nobody seems to want second rounders apart from maybe Carolina. Okay, so the Hurricanes, we're going to try to grab a second, a third, and yeah, like 2 seconds off of them. Maybe not the third. 2 seconds in exchange for that. I mean, I would take that. And because we're just trying to get future picks in exchange here. So let's go for this. Does it go through? It does not. Seriously, too far off the table. Those are fairly decent second round picks, but okay, well, screw Carolina. They've been really picky, and it's annoying. What about the Oilers? Can we grab 2 seconds off of them? I mean, it should go through. I don't see why it wouldn't. And number 160. Does it go through? Seriously, why is this trade like too far off the table? Maybe we throw an extra third rounder in here, like our own. Okay, does this go through now? It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's a bit low for us. You're getting 2 second rounders and a third rounder in exchange for 2 seconds. Okay, let's toss that Washington pick in. Does it go? Finally it does. My goodness. Okay, so these are some pretty blockbuster moves that we are making / have made. And, I mean, we've landed all the prospects that I want to up to this point. So we're going to go over to pick number 169. Could have taken Powell, could have taken Leahy. Decent overall on those guys. But, you know, we got our prospects at the right kind of picks. And I'm happy where it's ended up. Alivaro was only a medium starter. Gryba was an elite goalie, though, too. Okay, so Edmonton got a decent goalie there for making that trade. So what we're going to do here is I think I'm taking Walensky next. Is that what I had on my list? Tis indeed. All right. So, yeah, let's go with Wyatt Walensky. He's a high elite hybrid goalie. Got to take him. And he's 57 overall at 17 years old. So keep an eye on Wyatt Walensky as a potential future starting candidate for this team in net. All right. Ooh, Klubertons. Nice player there. Hedberg was okay. Kopecky was good. Oh, Kopecky was like, yeah, he was the 6'5" defenseman. That was just huge, right? Grattan was a decent goalie. Who else here is good? Just Walensky, really. Okay, so yeah, we're landing the right prospects here. I'm going to take this Collins guy next, though. I've just got a good feeling about him, and he's got the X factors on him. So I'm hoping he turns out. And Cameron Collins is a medium elite. Are you serious? I thought he was at best going to be a top 4. Okay, and he's 50 overall. Okay, nice. That's a steal. I was like, okay, he's probably medium 4, and he turns out to be an elite. That's just sheer luck. Okay, so over to pick 128. Ooh, I missed this guy, Melvin Yoon. That would have been a nice goalie too. We already got 2 really good goalies though, so I can't complain. Any other elite goalies? Albelin, I think we knew he was going to be decent, but just a fringe. So after that, who's up next on our list? I can't actually remember who I had pinned. Take another Hacken player, maybe not. Let's go with... Who did I have pinned here? Do we only have 2 Zolino pinned, really? I don't actually know who we're picking here. I have stumped myself, which is a pretty uncommon occurrence usually, but... do we go with Horton? We picked a lot of defensemen already. I'm going to take 2 Zolino as a guaranteed pick here because I literally do not remember who else we were supposed to take, which I find kind of funny, actually, that I've stumped myself this badly. But we still have 2 more picks after this, and yeah, anyways, we'll go with Reed 2 Zolino here for now. He's a low elite, go figure. That was expected. How good is he? A 53 overall. Okay, so not terrible, has some potential. Oh, we've got pick 148. Oh, man, look at how many goalies we just missed out on. That's pretty sad. Okay. 148's a 5th rounder. It's not the end of the 5th round, though. Okay. So... was I going to take this guy? No. I don't know who to take here. That's the thing. Is we're just picking based off of sheer potential here. Or sheer speculated potential. It's not actually guaranteed. So I'm going to take this Ivany guy, I think, for our last pick. But Potolny, no idea if he's that good. Let's take Cristiano Lowe. Does he turn out? Nope. Bottom 6 grinder. Alright, and this draft just goes to garbage. Go figure. I was going to say it's probably going to get worse, but I didn't think it was going to drop off so drastically. Usually the 7th round has a couple good players. Oh, Gove would have been good. Matvechuk would have been great. Oh, man. At least Washington got him, right? So, anybody else? Oh, of course, Boguniecki was insane. And Mathot. Oh, man, I missed on so many prospects there. That's bad. Okay. So, my bad. It happens sometimes, but for 192, I'm going to take Austin Ivany. And he is a medium bottom 6 forward. Great. Okay, so please tell me that's our last pick of the draft, because we don't need any more here, and those last 2 were pretty terrible. So, all right, so that is where we're going to conclude this draft. We're going to auto-sim the rest of it. And yeah, man, it was a haul. We absolutely maintained some value throughout trading away a lot of our expensive contracts, and in exchange, yes, we're going to be able to pay our current players, but at the same time, you know, the chemistry is going to be all over the place. So we're going to take Giroux. He just won us a cup. We got to pay him, right? So Claude Giroux going to get that. Pavelski is going to be expensive too, but at the same time, we have to pay these guys, and, you know, if they don't take it, then, oh well, they lose their job, right? So, okay, as far as scouts go, looks like Orr and a whole bunch of them down here. Need re-signs, okay. That's easy. But yeah, this team is going to take a different shape now, I think, as far as, like, yes, we're still going to be quite reliant on our forwards playing well, but at the same time, it's going to be a very sound defensive team here moving into the future. So, obviously, we've got our biggest names, Chitra and Bedard. Silvegaard's grown into one of those, like, just guaranteed amazing players, but for a 4th-round pick, he's just been so good. So, we have $58 million to work with, which is huge. It's a huge amount of money. So, unfortunately, what's his name here? Thorson wants a ton of money. He is one of our stars, so. What about for just like a 2-year deal? Okay, well, let's just try the 1 year at 8.2 at 85%. It's a $6.9 million contract, so about $7 million. We'll just offer him $7 million straight up for 1 year. He should take that. I don't see why he wouldn't. These guys want shorter deals, which I find interesting. Shane Wright wants a $8.05 million contract for the next 5 years. At 85%, that is a $6.85 million contract. All right, we'll take that. Soderstrom wants a re-sign. 6.25. 85% of that is a $5.32 million deal. So for 4 years, I think that's worth it on Soderstrom. Ed Bomeister is another, really, he's been a good defenseman for us, so we got to give him a contract. 7.45 at 85% is a $6.33 million contract. Probably about 6.35. We'll offer him that. Luosterainen, I don't know if we necessarily need him. It said he was going to be a decent, third line fit, which I wouldn't mind, but maybe not for $6 million either. Rule of 85 would still pay him an 5.13 or $5.125 million contract. So I think for 1 year that's worth it. Worst case, we can trade him off. But we're trying to allow some room for our youngsters to grow. Lander's cheap at $4 million. Verana, we're probably not going to re-sign because I want these other guys to join the team here. Lucas Powell, I'm actually really excited for. He's been a long time coming, especially for a 4th rounder as well. So, gonna give him a contract. Gonna give Byron Potty a contract. Gonna give Grayson Ortiz a contract. There's so many guys. that have developed well in the system, and now it's like, okay, now we can actually expect some production from these guys. So Ian Crane, I don't know how he's not better. He just scored like 100 points, 98 points, sorry, in Tucson. So he's going to get some playtime guaranteed. Byron Brewer's dropped to a 70. Seriously? He's dropped to a 79. He wants $5 million bucks. We're going to give him 4.34, about 4.35, because he is still going to be one of those defensemen that we hold on to. Ariel Wyman, again, was a 4th overall pick, but I don't know. Do we end up playing him over? Like, let's look at our defense. So our defense is deep. Absolutely. We got 1, 2, 3. Legault's 4. Safranow's 5. Shanahan 6. Olofsson 7. Brewers 8. So yeah, Wyman's probably not going to play. Weimer probably will. Gabriel Morrissey likely will. Sheldon Oshie we have to play now because he is now available to be signed. Apart from that, who else? Clemenson, no. Kreider, yes. All right, so Clemenson's a walk-off. We're not going to sign him. And who else? Let's see. Chelios I probably will release here, as he is 23 rated, or 23 overall. No, he's 23 years old and 75 rated. I cannot speak. Holy. Marvin Strong, same kind of situation where it's like, okay, he's 24, Semon's 25. These guys just haven't turned out, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm trying to clear space to develop players, but at the same time still roster a really good team. So how is this going to work? We've actually, like, we're at the point where we actually have too many good defensemen, which is a good problem to have, but at the same time, it's like, man, Ariel Wyman is NHL ready and probably isn't going to play in the team this year, so. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to format the defense in my head. Maybe we do end up trading a guy like Soderstrom just to create an extra spot in this roster and get a pick in the future. So Pavel Semin will be cheap. I want to sign Lundberg, but I don't know who not to sign in exchange. Like probably Strong. We'll probably release Marvin Strong because I did just sign Semin. So yeah, okay. Hasn't Marvin Strong been, like, amazing? No, not really. He wasn't terrible for a 3rd rounder, but never really blossomed into the player we were expecting. So we're going to release him. He's gone. Lundberg is going to get a contract. Chelios is going to get released too, I think. Because then we have Manderville and Kreider below that. And, of course, Oshie's signing as well. So, yeah. We're going to release Chelios and Strong there. They were both actually in the same draft as well, so funny enough, right? But no, they were absolutely able to win Calder Cup. So that's the defense. Goaltending, of course, we kind of forgot about Mike Georgievich, who's going to be expensive. He wants a 3-year deal. Oh my goodness, unlock my phone. Okay, 7.125x 85% is a $6.05 million contract, so not bad. But yeah, we will sign him. It's actually like a $6.075 million contract, but close enough, right? Bembridge and Card will get contract offers here because they are both elite goalies on expiring ELC kind of setups, and Lankinen's going to get released. So there you go. All right, so I mean, overall, the system's in a bit of a strange place as far as we have a lot of goalies that are good, but at the same time, they could probably use some additional development. Let's see. Solomon Peverley is going to get a call up as well here, I think. Although we could play guys like Beta or McMuffin up in the system, I don't know if that's really going to be beneficial. A guy like Cam Beats will get a contract offer here. Offer him some money. I think we're going to offer McMuffin and Beta their contracts. McMuffin might get some playtime, but I'm not sure about Beta. Apart from that, Vrana we're not going to sign because there's just too many other good players in here that need some NHL playtime to develop. Wow, our left wing is stacked. I actually kind of forgot about how strong that is. So, Ebbett we're going to sign as well to a new deal. And do we sign Ethan Oliver? He's actually been pretty decent. So, yeah, I think we could sign him. We got a couple players that are looking really good. Nolan Reese, I don't know how he didn't develop, and of course Ned Patterson too. So yeah, there's legit players in this team, and then of course the centers actually look really strong. But yeah, we're gonna go into this process of attempting to, obtain additional picks and players like that to try and strengthen the depth of our prospect pool even farther, but at the moment it's in a really good spot. I think we give Ted Regier a contract for the minors this year, and I think that is it. All right, so let's advance. This team is going to look completely different from how it used to. So we get Pavelski and we get Giroux as our coaching positions back. I did not say that right. Okay. So now it's a matter of, Soderstrom rejects, Beta joins, Lundberg joins, McMuffin joins, Luosterainen rejects, Georgievich rejects, Card signs, Crange signs, Regier, Brewer rejects, Oshie signs, Lander signs, Kreider can't join, same with Oliver, Shane Wright everybody's rejecting the money. Great. Okay, this is just great, isn't it? Oh, man. Okay, so. Bouwmeester didn't sign. Nobody signed. That's fantastic. Okay. So, when all else fails and everybody on your team is rejecting your contracts, just put the contract value within about $500,000 of what they're actually asking. So, Shane Wright will offer a $7.5 million deal too. I assume he accepts that. Victor Soderstrom will offer a $5.75 million contract too. Ed Bouwmeester will offer we could do 7. He's been pretty spectacular actually. Luosterainen, I'm doing 5.5 for 1 year because we'll probably end up trading him. Vrana, I'm not really feeling. Wilson, of course, is not going to want to sign with us. Byron Brewer, I'm going to do a 4.75 for him because he's not worth more than that. We might still sign Ariel Wyman. I'm kind of keeping an eye on him. The rest of our contracts pretty much all went through. Ted Regier signed. So yeah, we're in this strange spot where I want to sign Kreider, I want to sign Ebbett for sure. Those are the two guys I would really like to get into this team. I think we might end up releasing Manderville and Vandenbush because they're not growing, right? So, or even Rocky Cam Beats too, but we don't really have a lot of right wingers in comparison to defensemen and centers. So, what else are we gonna do here? Yeah, okay, so we have so many good defensemen. We've got Wyman and Weimer, which is confusing at best, but okay, he wants $7 million. How much would an 8? He wants $10 million for more than that. Okay, so Georgievich should accept that. Why don't I clear up some roster spots here just by going Vrana out, Wilson out, easy peasy. There's the 2 roster spots we need. I don't know what I was doing. Kwiatkowski and Reese we will let develop. And then, of course, Ebbett and Kreider for sure. I'm not as convinced on Ethan Oliver. But we'll still try to offer it. I don't know if he'll take it. But anyways, let's advance a little bit more here. Looks like we get Ricard Thorson. Not offered the right amount of money. Seriously, you guys are greedy. Not going to lie. Georgia signs. Brewer signs. Kreider joins. Oliver can't sign. Shane Wright signs. Thorson signs. Bouwmeester, seriously, that's ridiculous. We offered him $7 million. Yes, because a $7 million contract is definitely not enough money. Like, seriously, talk about some greedy players. So, Ed Bouwmeester, what do you think you're doing here, buddy? 7.25 is the best deal you are going to get. So, Soderstrom, $6 million, my guy. Come on. That is still a lot of money. I think we will probably be trading some of these guys, out of all honesty. But yeah, it's just, it's a strange situation to be in with this team because we're good, but we're developing players, but it's just a strange kind of twilight zone that we're in. So, all right, looks like Luosterainen and Soderstrom and Bouwmeester all accept. All right, and we are pretty much full on contracts. I'm leaving that spot open for Wyman at the current moment. And I think Oliver and Clemenson are going to walk. So, apart from that, goalies should be good. And they look good. Okay. Nice. Even though we probably could or should have Jagier signed and playing, we're not going to yet. So yeah, that is the team. That is pretty much guaranteed and determined for how this new roster is going to shape up. It's going to look a lot weaker than it did, but at the same time, I'm not really concerned about that. So, we're not really looking to trade away players at this current moment in time either. And we've got some really good players too. So, let's see who we might want to move. There aren't really a lot of guys where I look at them and I'm just like, they have to go. Like, they can't stay. There's not a lot like that. So, maybe Brewer, maybe Soderstrom, because we have so much good defense on this team. But again, those guys are still really good players that will lock it down on the defensive end, and that's, I think, what we're starting to really build our identity around as the Quebec Nordiques, is that defense wins hockey, and that is what I feel with this team. So, all right, as far as free agency goes, Jack Hughes, Owen Power, there's some pretty big names here. We have $12 million available too, but nobody's really looking for like a short contract either. And I think what this team needs more than anything is not really anything we can offer. Sven Johansson, yeah, that's a nice player there, but I do want to just kind of get our roster laid out on paper and see how it looks too, because I'm kind of getting the feeling that this team is going to look pretty drastically different than it did just recently. So, okay, so there's two players I'm looking at. First off is Philip Forsberg, because again, the X factors are going to help with line chemistry regardless. He put up 89 points last season in Buffalo, so he's still absolutely a player, even though he is 34 years old. Then the other guy's Matt Barzal, who put up a significantly lower amount of points, but is a fantastic player who can skate like the wind. So I think I'm going to go with Barzal because I want a playmaker, and although we are looking for wingers preferably, I still think we could potentially get Barzal straight up for Luosterainen here. And we're going to do that. So let's try it. I don't know if it's going to go through, but if it does, I think it's absolutely worth it. And I think it would be a really funny trade in hindsight, because yes, Barzal's older, but in my opinion, he is absolutely the better player. So let's see. Does this go through? And it does. Okay, so we'll take Matt Barzal in exchange for Luostarinen. And it improved the chemistry big time. So that's great. We still have that one. Maybe no. Maybe not. Maybe we do actually not have space to sign anybody else. I thought we did, but did we offer a contract? It says we did. Also some interesting, like, low elite kind of players in here that, you know, never actually got drafted or anything. Who did we approach? Klim Kostin. Right. Okay, so let's advance. I assume we're going to get Kostin here too in this deal, but let's just see what happens. And, okay, our roster is somehow full again. That's cool. Don't ask me how, because I thought for sure everything was fine there. We've got $9 million to spend. So I want Ian Crane playing on the wing. I've got a bunch of guys that I want playing on the wing. But we also have $9 million to spend, so. I mean, Tamarnes is expiring, Legault is expiring, Silvegaard's expiring. There's enough guys that we could try to sign like a 1-year, $9 million deal again, like we did with, what's his name last year? Tom Wilson, but I don't see too much benefit coming from that overall. Maybe we try. I just don't see the need for it. I just, yeah. Okay. I think the team's set. Although it says we have 49 out of 50 contracts, it actually says 51 out of 50. I just don't get it, so. Okay. We'll sim ahead. Maybe we'll end up trying to pick up another expensive player in a trade or something to fill some of that cap space. My eyes would be particularly on Philip Forsberg. They just tried to trade Barrett Hayton back to us. I mean, a Philip Forsberg for Collins, McMuffin, and Oshie is not quite what I'm looking for. I want McMuffin playing, but I could do a Collins deal. I could do Collins along with, like, one of our less good defensemen. Maybe like, I don't want to do Oshie, I don't want to do Staubitz because those guys are both really good. Maybe like Manderville. I could do Manderville, yeah, for sure. Manderville and Morrissey to clear up 2 spots. I would take that. I would absolutely take that. Okay. I want more than a 7th, though. I think I want like a 5th rounder or something here instead. So that should make Buffalo better. In exchange for Cameron Collins. I know he's an elite, but there's no guarantee he develops. Alec Manderville and Gabriel Morrissey, because Morrissey, again, as much as I wanted him to turn out, he just never really did, and these guys are again on 1-year deals, so I think this is pretty good. Pretty good return for 3 not so guaranteed defensemen. So, okay. They didn't want to do that. What if we do the 7th still? They should take that. I don't see why they wouldn't. Okay, come on. Try it again. You're insane. Okay. So they wanted a better defenseman, but what if we toss one more skater on top of this deal? Like, can't do Oshie. He's too young. And I can't do McMuffin either, unfortunately. So I could do Zealer. So I guess, yeah, I would assume they wanted a forward in that deal too. But I'm going to need a draft pick back here, at least a 5th. So I'm going to actually try like a 3rd, just because. So come on, Buffalo, take it. I reject. All right. 5th. Come on. You know you want it. Okay, they're going to be like this if I don't give them the exact trade offer. You're insane. I'm doing a big contract dump for you as far as Forsberg for $9.8 million goes. What the heck? Seriously? Just Forsberg for those 4 players. Trade rejected still. You're insane. I'm trying to... Yes, it is a cap dump kind of move. I'll toss a 3rd rounder in there even to make this go through. Come on. Because I want Forsberg. That's the thing, is that I'm okay with taking on a big 1-year contract like that. If they don't take that, oh my god, okay. So, we'll take it. We get Philip Forsberg into this team too as another winger. And we do what is the art of a roster dump. So, I believe we are looking a little bit better now on contract space and things like such. Pyral, I forgot he existed. And yeah, there's like no more contracts existing, so that's fine. And the team is set to go. We're ready to go. So, not trading Sheldon Oshie. Why does everybody think they can get him? Okay, so for the upcoming season, 96% of our tickets are sold. And yeah, we're looking pretty good here. So, without further ado, our owner goals consist of win the Stanley Cup, win the President's Trophy, finish first in our conference, and win at least 6 home playoff games, which means we have to go through 2 series worth of playoffs. This is the team we have decided to go with. The lineup, the setup, everything is set for the upcoming 2029/30 season, but man, this team is strong. They are powerful. They have got good chemistry. Considering we just traded away so many good players, we still got some really amazing ones back. We're going to have the money and cap flexibility to go and sign some of our other big name guys in the upcoming season, like Christian Tamernas. I can't believe how good this team has looked so quickly. The defense is extraordinary. We've got guys playing way above what we were expecting them to as far as quality level goes. And look at Raphael Desharnais. Look at this. This is just... This is insane. He has only played 1 game in the NHL. What is he at? An 87 overall. Mike Georgievich has got 46 wins worth of experience in the NHL and is only up to an 85. Like, how does that make any sense to anybody? So, that's what we're looking at for this team. Down in the minors, the team is absolutely stacked as well. I can't believe how strong everything is with this team. It just looks so good. And there's no other way to put it. The team is just stacked. Like, look at this. Maldine is good enough to be an NHL forward, and he's not even playing in the NHL. Thompson, maybe we should have him up. He actually looks really good, apart from the fact that he can't take face-offs. But he's an amazing playmaker kind of guy. Yeah, this whole team just looks crazy. We've got McMuffin, we've got Beta on the right side. We've got so many good players that I just don't know what to do with this team. The only place we do have some newcomers that are going to potentially affect the team's results is in net. So that's what we're looking at. That's the team. That is what we're working with for this upcoming season. So as far as the other alternate captain goes, I think we are going to name... I want to say Silvegaard. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, Silvegaard and I think Thorson are deserving of those titles, but instead of Silvegaard, I think I'm gonna go with Soderstrom just for now, even though Soderstrom very well might be traded by the end of the season. That's what we're looking at. That is the team that is set in stone for this upcoming episode, unless you guys have other things to say about it. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting season yet again here, as we're obviously going to have a shot at still getting this team to the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, it's probably worse than last year just based on the fact that we traded away a bunch of players, but who knows, right? The playoffs are a whole different animal by themselves, and this team looks really good. So that's what we're going to wrap it up. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to go down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell to never miss these uploads. But that's going to be it for me. This is Etanius signing out, and until next time.